Hi, my name is Mike. I'll be your intern
Okay.
for today. So today we're going to go over a report of findings. So we're going to go over what we saw in your x-rays, what we saw in your orthopedic tests, your neurological tests, what you told me about your history, about your lifestyle, and we're going to go over what happened, why it's happening, and how to correct it.
Okay.
Okay? So first, we're going to go over your complaint, which is low back pain.
Okay.
And you've told me you've had it for 5 years.
Yeah.
And it's of moderate severity. You told me 6 out of 10.
Yes.
And you have it 5 days a week for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
Yes. So since this is very chronic, we think this might take a bit longer to fix. And our orthopedic testing showed us that it is likely not a facet problem. It's likely not a problem in the spine. It's not originating from the spine, but it is involved. So your complaint is low back. So it's here. And in this area right here, there's musculature that does attach to the spine. So in that way, we can actually affect the musculature, which is your problem. So that brings us to our diagnosis. Our diagnosis is myofascial pain syndrome, which just means the muscle and the fascia is just kind of a sheet that goes around the whole body
Mm-hmm.
and attaches to muscle and bone. So that is inflamed, it's being stretched, and that's causing your pain. So what we're going to need to do for this is our management plan. And for our management plan, this is going to last 8 weeks. And it's going to involve you coming in 3 times a week for the first 4 weeks, and then 2 times a week for the next 4 weeks. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, so in these visits, what we're going to do is we are going to we're going to do adjustments, and that is going to be vertebral subluxation. So during these adjustments, what we're going to do is we're going to detect the subluxation. And what subluxation is the malposition of one spinal segment, one vertebrae, one of these, on another. And this will in turn cause neurological change, vascular change, muscle change. So what that really means is your body is getting their incorrect information, which can be interpreted as pain. And this is what's happening in your body. The muscle is tight because the spine isn't working correctly. So what we can do as chiropractors, we detect these subluxations, we correct them so that the muscle, joint, nerve action goes back to optimum function. And in this case, it should reduce your pain. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Great. So before we continue on your care plan, I'd like to go over some other findings.
Okay.
Which include your x-rays here. So as you can see, we have a 36-degree angle of your lumbar curve,
Mm-hmm.
which is right here, which is this part right here.
Mm-hmm.
So what we want, our ideal is 40 degrees, and you're not far off of optimal, but we can still do some work on this. But we do notice, which is a bit more clinically relevant for us in your care plan, is you can see some sclerosis, which just means there's a lot of blood supply. That means there's action there going on here, which means some bone is being resorbed. This is not good. This is not a good situation. So we're gonna need to take some weight off of this joint. See, that's why it's more white along here,
Mm-hmm.
and more white along here. So that might be one of the reasons why it hurts when you extend your back.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons why we're gonna need to have some supportive mechanisms, which we'll go over in the rest of your care plan.
Okay.
Okay. Well, since we're already here, we can go over that part. So in your day-to-day life, you've told me that you have a lumbar cushion
Mm-hmm.
for your low back in your car.
Yeah.
So that's great. That probably will help you stay away from hurting this area. And I might even suggest bringing one to school for when you have to sit down for extended periods of time or take a long test.
Okay.
And when you're not taking a long test, you can sit to stand every 20-30 minutes. Great. So we're gonna go over the physiotherapy component of what we're gonna do in your care plan. So the 2 components we're gonna use are muscle release therapy, which is pretty much we're gonna stretch the musculature so that we can return it to the optimum length. And then, so we're gonna be increasing muscle function. And then once you're in that state, we can actually train the musculature so you can make it stronger and so it'll stay at that length. And our second one is muscle vibration therapy. It's just a big tool, it's plugged into the wall, kind of sounds like a power cord or a power drill, but it's just super loud. What it does is percussive, it's just really fast, it's vibrating. And what that's gonna do is gonna send signals to your nerves through your muscles to relax the musculature. So musculature is your problem, which we went over. That's your diagnosis.
Mm-hmm.
So this should actually alleviate the pain temporarily, and which through this stretch therapy, vertebral manipulation, and some exercises, which I'm going to give you later, this should help resolve your symptoms. And I have 4 exercises for you to do. I'll go over them with you later. They're not very hard to do. I'll teach you how to do them in the office, but then I'll also hand you some printouts, which have exact instructions, exact amount of reps, sets, how much you do them every day, and also links, QR code links, easy, so that you can get to those exercises and see the videos at home, so you can watch them.
Nice.
So we're gonna make sure you go over those every day. Let's see what else I got for you. Yeah, and so you told me you drink 8-ounce glasses of water per day,
Mm-hmm.
which is great. I'd like you to keep that up.
Okay.
And you've also told me to have 0 fruit servings per day.
Yeah.
I understand you're on the ketogenic diet.
Yeah.
But I believe we're gonna have to up those numbers, and you can find some low sugar foods for you so you don't come off your keto diet.
Okay.
Your vegetable servings can also go up. We'll also find low glycemic index vegetables for you.
Okay.
And I'd like you to change your sleep from 6 to 7 hours a day.
6 to 7?
6. You have mentioned that you have 6 hours of sleep a day,
Mm-hmm.
and I'd like you to change to 7 hours of sleep per day.
Okay.
Does that all sound good?
Yeah.
Are you on board? We're gonna get this care
Absolutely.
plan is already done for you. All you need to do is show up, do your exercises, and I will tell you everything to do from there.
Okay.
Okay, please sign this form of informed consent. Do you consent?
Yes.
All right, great. It's a pleasure working with you.
All right.
And let's get this done together.
All right, cool.